Hey guys, welcome back to another Growing Up Braxton video. Today we're dining in and you're gonna break bread with us. We're gonna make surf and turf with our filet mignon. Yes, we have two. One is probably a little shy of 8 ounces, but these are filet mignon cuts that have been seasoned, and we had them in the refrigerator marinating probably for about 2 days now. So they're nice and seasoned. But we're not just gonna put these bad boys in the oven and eat them. We're gonna top these with some jumbo lump crab cake. How tasty is that, right? So we have our grill pan back here getting nice and hot. If you don't have a grill pan, feel free to use your outdoor grill, but we're gonna use this grill pan we had forever. Nice, I like the older pans. Honestly, cast iron, this cast iron grill. I love the older pans and the heavier pans. Stainless steel is nice and it serves its purpose for other things, but in this recipe, we're gonna use this grill. So let me check and see if this grill is getting nice and hot, because you want this grill hot. If your grill is not smoking, then you're not cooking. Only thing we're gonna do with these steaks is sear them. We only want grill marks. We'll probably cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes per side, and then we'll finish them off in the oven. In the meantime, while we're waiting for our grill to get smoking hot, we're gonna go ahead and make up our crab mixture that's going on top. Now this is just some jumbo lump that we had left over from another recipe. So what I did was just put the remaining, this is not a full 16-ounce can, it's a little shy, so I cut our recipe for our B3 crab cake seasoning. I cut it slightly, but if you choose to make this recipe, then you would just follow the full recipe on the back of our seasoning. This is one of our sample packs, so this is not a whole lot in here. I think it's about a 1/4 cup in here that I'm gonna add to a 1/4 cup of mayo and 1 whole egg that I already have in this bowl. This is gonna be our mixture to go on top of our crab cakes. So let's get this done. I don't know if I see smoke yet, but I'm gonna actually turn this up just a tad bit because we need smoke. All right, and what I like to do normally, if you make our crab cake seasoning, try to mix your egg and mayo up really well first. Get those well incorporated before you add the seasoning. Just to make sure that all of your egg is mixed in well. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's just add in our seasoning. And we're done with that. And we do have to let this rest, this crab cake seasoning rest for a little bit, but that's okay because our steak will need to rest as well. So while they're both resting, we'll have the oven ready for them to go in. All right, and now at this point, I'm just gonna add my crab meat. And the juices and all. I like it because it keeps the crab cake nice and moist. And at this point, you want to fold this, the mixture and the crab meat together. That's what you want to do. And once this sets, it will tighten up. It will get a little more, it will come together. It will stiffen up a little bit so that you can actually mount it on top of the, on your steak. All right, so it's that simple, really easy. So we're gonna set this on the side. I'm gonna cover it with some plastic and set it in the refrigerator. Because it's such a small portion, it shouldn't take the full 2 hours to rest. So I would give it probably about an hour, maybe or so. Our grill should be hot now. Yes, really nice and hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray with this pan sauteing grill. And one thing you want to do, you want to make sure these steaks are room temperature. They have been out of the refrigerator for about 7 minutes now, and they're really nice in room temperature. You never want to cook a steak cold out of the refrigerator. So let's get these on the grill. And that's what we want to hear. Right? Someone's calling. I'm not particularly worried about grill marks for presentation. Simply reason is because these will be topped with crab meat. Now, if I were presenting these steaks for dinner just as a steak, then I would worry about how I'm placing them on the grill. So I need you to stay tuned so that you can break bread with us in a few without surf and turf. All right, now the steaks have been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes on one side. We're going to give them a flip just to make sure. And these look really scrumptious. Yes, can you see how the grill marks? Can you see how really nicely that looks? Even though, as I said, we're not really concerned about grill marks because we're not presenting these just as they are. So let's get ready for dinner. All right, now our steaks are done. We're gonna actually get these bad boys ready for some jumbo lump crab meat. So they're ready. I'm just gonna turn this off. And we're actually gonna finish them off in this cast iron pan. So we're gonna let these rest. Just like this. So while they rest for about 5 minutes or so, we're gonna, once they rest for about 5 minutes, we're gonna top these with the crab mixture. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we are almost there. Our steaks look beautiful, don't they? So they're ready to be topped with our crab cake mixture. This is jumbo lump crab meat. That we had mixed up earlier. So it tightened up some, which I like it like this because I love a moist crab meat. No need to really shape or form. We're just gonna put probably about a 6-ounce crab cake on top. And we're gonna spread it across the whole steak. Just like this. Now doesn't that look lovely? Ooh, it's a lot in here. You know what? Might as well just get my hands in there and get them dirty because they already are, right? Can't be afraid to get dirty in the kitchen because if you do, or if you are, you gotta get out. Wow. Doesn't this say welcome fall? Like just those warm dinners you think about when you're, when the weather just starts to cool off and you're just thinking about staying indoors, not going out. You don't have to go to a restaurant. You can make this in literally probably about, I would say about maybe a half hour. I'm thinking 30 minutes because the crab cake mixture really doesn't need to sit as long, but I did allow this to set for about a half hour. And everything is really nice and moist and it came together. So I'm gonna wash my hands, clean up a little bit, and we're gonna put these in a 500-degree oven for about 15 minutes, and then they'll be ready to eat. Be right back. All right, guys, these surf and turfs are ready to go in a 500-degree oven, as I said, for about 15 minutes. So we're gonna put these in the oven, and then later we're gonna show you which kind of wine, what type of wine you can really pair this with. Now you have two choices, either white or red, because you have crab meat, which you can use, you can pair with white wine, or then you have your steak, which is a red meat, which you can pair for red wine. So the choice is yours, but let's get these in the oven because we're ready to eat. All right, guys, we're back and it's almost dinner time. The final touch that we're going to add to these surf and turfs is I have about 2 tablespoons of butter. You can use any type of butter you like. It sounds fattening, I know, but nothing like butter. So we have about 2 tablespoons of butter, about a tablespoon of green onions. And I'm gonna give you a tip about green onions. Green onions, if you buy the green onions fresh from the grocery store and you don't use them all, they freeze very well. You just chop them up, put them in a Ziploc bag, squeeze all of the air out, and then I wrap them in some press and seal, write the date on them, and then I put them in a large, because I had so many, I put them all individually in a large Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer, and they last a long time. So 2 tablespoons of butter. This butter I think is like a country crock, or you can use what do you call that? Unsalted butter, preferably something without any salt in it, but this is pretty light. Or you can use butter. This is like a margarine mix, but I also added 1 tablespoon of the green onions and a pinch of parsley. Didn't have fresh parsley, I used dried, I used what was on hand. I'm just gonna give this a light stir. And this is just gonna top our steaks. Real simple, right? Nothing hard about that. No salt, no butter, no salt, no pepper, no seasoning, no garlic, or anything necessary, because we seasoned our steaks really well with a buttery seasoning, and our crab cake seasoning was added to our crab cake mixture. So there's tons of flavor in this surf and turf. To pair our surf and turf with a wine, as I said before, you can either choose white wine, your favorite red wine. Some of these were gifted to us. This is a Behringer's red wine. This is a Behringer's Chardonnay, I believe. Or, yep, this is a Chardonnay. And then you can also, for those of you who like sangria, can pair a wine with this. If you don't partake in alcoholic beverages, choose your favorite beverage to go with this meal. Anyhow, I think we're gonna go with the sangria for tonight. I'm gonna get a glass that we just washed. And to complement our surf and turf, we're gonna have a salad. So I have a pre-made chicken Caesar salad that I'm gonna actually plate on this plate with our surf and turf. So as I take these out of the oven, I'll be right back, and I will plate and show you the final product and what you can have if you break bread with the Braxton. All right, guys, the 15 minutes are up, and look at these. Don't they look delicious, right? Make you want to eat them right away, but we have to let these rest just for a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and just start plating them. As a matter of fact, I need to grab one more plate. Give me 1 second. I need to let these rest. As a matter of fact, we're gonna actually, let me grab the timer, turn this timer off, and turn this oven off because we don't need it. I'm actually gonna grab a nice spatula, and we're gonna go ahead and take these off. Now, you don't have to cook yours for 15 minutes if you don't want to, but because we like our steaks well done, I know, shame on us, right? But anyhow, that's how we like our steaks. I am gonna go ahead and plate this one to show you how quick and simple dinner can be. I mean, and restaurant quality, you don't always have to run out the door to a restaurant, but this is a salad that has already been chopped up and dressed with a Caesar dressing. It also has kale in it. So there's tons of romaine, kale, spinach, croutons, and what do you call this? Some chicken chunks in here as well. Probably should have got it without the chicken, but didn't know I would be making the steak tonight. But guess what? All is well. We're gonna eat this anyhow, right? I need to get a towel and clean up. But doesn't this look scrumptious? And we're just gonna add a slice of bread to this. And for our final touch, we're gonna take our butter mixture. Now, normally most people, a butter compound, normally you have garlic and other seasonings in this, but as I said before, you do not need it with this. So I'm just gonna add a generous amount, really light, nothing too heavy, just on top of this crab mixture. And as it flows down, it makes a nice sauce to dip your steak in, right? But I like butter. So we're gonna go with more butter than usual. And then I'll add the rest to the other steak. In the meantime, let's move this out the way. It is hot. I'm just gonna slide it to the side because this is really hot. And we're gonna show you with the wine what this would look like. Doesn't it say dinner? Nice sangria. Friday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, any afternoon is a great afternoon to have dinner, to break bread, right? So give this recipe a try. We'll put the recipe below so that you'll have it to make. And we hope that you will break bread with us and let us know how your recipe turns out. In the meantime, just watch this butter slowly melt into this crab cake mixture, which will eventually head on down to the bottom of this plate and you would have nothing but scrumptiousness. So take a look at this plate. Tell me this isn't a lovely looking plate. Look at those juices already flowing out, guys. This is gonna be beautiful. Bet you want me to cut into it, right? I know, but it has to cool off for a while. We'll show you the final product once it cools off. All right. So until next time, be blessed. We love you, and we hope all is doing well, mind, body, and soul. So break bread with us and let us know how you like this surf and turf. And guys, don't forget to like our channel, share our channel, and subscribe.